coming to the exact blockchain side of things, how do we even go about it? So the part first would be to first find out which blockchain do you want to build on. So usually the demonstration happens between two important languages here. One is Solidity and the second is Rust. Okay. So there are many more smart contract languages that are popping up right now, but they are more or less just derived from these languages. So if you start off with any of these, I think that would be the best. So under Solidity, we have languages like, under Solidity, we have chains like the EVM-based chains like Ethereum, Avalanche, Polygon, etc., etc. And Solidity is like very similar to Java as a language, so it is very easy for you to get started with it. And if we talk about Rust, then Rust is a bit more advanced in terms of learning. But because it is more advanced in terms of learning, the compensation levels are also higher compared to Solidity engineers for Rust-based engineers. And these, and the blockchains that are used Rust as a smart contract language is Solana and Near. And there are many more as well that are popping up, mostly because you can see Rust is a language that if you master, it can really put you one step level up as a developer, as a normal developer, not even just forget about Web3 or anything. If you can learn Rust and master it, you will definitely be one of the 10x developers, because the language is very special. It has the capability or the flexibility of allowing you to do something that normal procedural languages like Java and JavaScript cannot allow you to do. So that is more or less on what blockchain to choose and how to build on, which blockchain you can choose and which languages you should be building on. Can you do the next slide, please? Okay, and now just gonna go a little bit over all of these technologies. So, what is Solidity and Rust? Please tell me. Solidity and Rust are smart contract languages. So these are the languages that can allow you to write smart contracts on any blockchain. Smart contracts are basically, you can think of it as a set of rules that are created once and are immutable in nature, meaning that cannot be changed. For example, let's say that you're doing a lending and borrowing protocol, like lending, borrowing, normally how you see in banks, right? So you can write a smart contract which says that, the lending percentage is set at this, the borrowing percentage is set at this, and whatever funds is earned of this will be sent to these accounts. Very simple example. Now, the main thing here being, because it's not a centralized authority, these smart contracts allow you to write decentralized logic, and this cannot be changed. Meaning that, today, I can't say that, transfer all the money to my account. If the smart contract already says that no, it has to be transferred equally between 3 accounts. I cannot change that logic later. Which is why the smart contract code is very important to power all of these decentralized applications. It allows you to write logic in the form of code, which is trustless. So you don't trust any human being to follow the rules. You trust the code to follow the rules, which it always will. So that is the more or less the what's the smart contract, and Solidity and Rust are the languages through which you can code in the smart contract. So it's just like how, yes, these are programming languages. So you can check them out. You can start writing code for your smart contract based on these languages. So I'll give you the resources for this as well. Any other questions have I been able to answer more or less your doubt? Just go for yes or thumbs up or something. If it's good. Just okay, cool, awesome. So moving on. So what to learn? Yes, well, I will be sharing that right out and get over with this. So maybe actually I think should I do a skip these slides and just move to the resources part? I think that yes. Yep. Yeah, I think I'll just cover this because there are a couple of slides before that spoke about other decentralized technology, but I think from a beginner point of view, it might be better for me to focus on where to learn these from and how to learn these first, rather than talking about those technologies. So where can you learn these things from? So I actually made a video on this on my YouTube channel. It's by the name of Sneha Mishra. I would, Chirag, if you can link that video here, that would also be very helpful. And how can you start this? I'll give you 2 or 3 resources. Very simple. Just get started with it. Just follow along. Nothing else. Like you have to be consistent and just following it. It's not going to be very difficult or something. Every skill that you learn is just requires consistency. So one is the first is crypto zombies. Crypto zombies is an interactive place where you can like write code side by side, and it will like sort of validate your code for solidity. And it will start from the very basics. So you can learn like how the language is being written, how do you do inheritance in this language, how do you like what are the modifiers in this language, just like how you learn any other language through docs. You can do the same thing. Okay, so there is a question on how long it will take to learn these things. So in terms of completing the projects, etc., I would say you can complete one project like in 1 week. So let's say usually I would say by 6 to 8 weeks you will have a solid understanding of like how to write simple, basic smart contract code and create decentralized applications on top of it. So I think 6 to 8 weeks would be a good timeline, given that you're working towards it every day. Not like you just started and then you're just leaving it till middle and then after that you start. Not like that. If you focus and if you do it, then 6 weeks would be a good time. Solidity and Rust. Solidity is more similar to, I would say, Java. Rust is a bit different. Rust is, I would say, more similar to functional programming languages like if you have heard of languages like Clojure or C Sharp or Lisp-based languages. So Rust might be a bit different for like you to learn, but definitely something you should look into. Like Solidity would be much easier because it's like more focused on like procedural language like Java and Python. So like same like classes, inheritance, all of those concepts are the same. But Rust would be a bit different than this. Okay, now coming back to the resources. So crypto zombies is a very good place to learn about Solidity from the very basics till the very like end. Like you can actually apply a lot of what you learn and like just build applications on top of it. There are two more very good ones, Build Space and Learn Web3 Down. Now, Build Space, I think maybe a lot of you folks would have already learned about it. So the way they have structured their projects, it's very interactive. They have like a very active Discord community as well. Where you can ask any questions if you get stuck. The language used for those tutorials is very friendly, and you actually ship complete dApps, like by the end of it, like complete back-end, front-end integration, everything. And you also earn NFTs on completion of your course. So it's a very good reputation for you as well. So even on our application that is social3 club, we actually have integration to check if you have completed courses or projects from this space. We check if you own those NFTs or not, because that is something that recruiters do look at when they hire. So definitely consider completing those courses and even coming and setting up your profile on social3, because you will be able to show your proof of work on social3, your GitHub, all of the NFTs you hold, the tokens you hold, if you are part of developer, all of this. So it's a single page profile that can give the recruiter an insight into how you are doing in terms of Web3. Just like how LinkedIn, you make a LinkedIn profile, same logic. You can create a social media profile, but it's better because it's verified and credible. So I have a question here from Mahesh about what is NFT. So NFT is non-fungible token. Basically what it means is something that can allow you to uniquely certify that something is owned by you. Okay. And why is this technology important? So let's talk about like how do we do that currently? Let's say you have a Rolex watch. Okay. So to verify if this Rolex watch is actually original or not, it has been actually made by the Rolex company, it's not a duplicate. How will you verify it? So you will take it to someone who's an expert in like analyzing. They'll look at the watch, they will see like, but if it's a very old watch or something, it might be very difficult to understand if this is actually created or not. Now imagine the same thing. But if it is powered by NFT, if it is powered by blockchain technology, then that unique certification comes from that data just being on the chain. It can uniquely be signed by, like this is actually created by Rolex. The Rolex company can sign this and send that. So that anytime, any person, like if you claim that and you hold it, you can just show that, this Rolex watch is original because it's just powered by. Yeah, Bleach, you have a question? Hey, Abhi, do you have a question? Okay, cool. So anyways, as I was saying, so it can be powered by the technology to allow, that the unique ownership of any asset. That is what NFTs power. In terms of how the technology works, it's nothing. It's just like think of a simple transaction on the chain and some data that is stored off chain about it. But because it is uniquely created, that transaction information on who is the creator, who it has been minted by, the metadata of that file, like what is like oh escalation version, this, whatever, it's all there. The transaction is there and it's on the chain, so it's immutable and it is solid, like it is powered, like and it is coming on the chain because all of these decentralized validators like approve the transactions there. So that is the more or less like you can say non-fungible token. Now this NFT like non-fungible term is also very important for you to understand. This talks about non-fungibility is uniqueness. So if I talk about fungible assets, if you look at the normal tokens, if you talk about BTC, Ethereum, or even INR, our currency, right? It's fungible. Meaning that if I have some cash, like if I have 100 rupees, if you have 100 rupees, we can exchange that 100 rupees and the value will be the same, right? That means it's fungible in nature. If I talk about non-fungible, it means that if I have some piece of art that has been created by me, and let's say Anirudh here has some piece of art that has been created by him, we can exchange that. That won't be the same. That uniqueness, that unique element that is added is the non-fungible token that we talked about. This is not exchangeable. It's not the same thing. So this is more or less what an NFT is and how it works. Did I answer your question, Mahesh? Okay, awesome. So coming back to where you can learn all of these things from. So I spoke about crypto zombies, then build space. Same concept goes for learn Web3 and meta school. And again, all of these things are verified on social3. So if you complete any of these things, you can just come, create your profile, just show on your profile that you've completed that along with your Discord, your Mirror, your GitHub, all of these integrations are in place to create like a one single page profile for users to take a look at. And that is why we are doing all these sessions as well, to make folks aware of how they can build that portfolio. Because I personally have that mission to onboard a lot more people into Web3. And the best way of onboarding is not to speculate from outside that this is what is going on, this is what is going on, which is what most people are doing right now. It talks about actually working in Web3. And for you to get started, like very good incentives are there in place as well. I will also talk about this Solidity Bootcamp program. Can you do the next slide, please, Chirag? Next slide, please. Yes. So we have an ongoing Solidity Bootcamp. This is free of cost. It is open for all. It is powered by the Phoenix Guild, which is a community we work for. It is to onboard more women in Web3. This particular bootcamp is open for all, so you can come in. Again, the whole structure is like very good. Like it's all a 6-week program, complete program with all the resources in place. If you just follow it, like just follow, no prerequisite required for this because everything like even it starts even from what is in blockchain. So you can start right from there. If that is like something that you already know, you can move to the next week's document as well. So that is fine. It's a 6-week program. Last 2 weeks are dedicated to even making a side project that you can work on as a team. So even from our Discord community, you can together work on a side project and create something. So this is more the idea. These are all the initiatives that we are working on to encourage more and more builders in the space to start like getting them, how can we learn? And one more very important thing, every link Chirag will drop. Like don't worry, like every link will give. Like at the end of this, like just check everything out and do it consistently. Just don't sign up, register, and leave it in the between. Like this is as students, I think one of the no, it's not only for women. I think for students, this is like one of the main problems that we start on things and we leave them in between. But don't do that, because this is your time to learn. Take this time and also adding to this, even for all these programs that we conduct, we have a lot of bounty programs. Meaning that all we need to do is like take on some technology, learn about it, we'll provide you the resources, we'll provide you everything. But if you build on it, if you create content around it, if you create tutorials around it, if you just create applications using the technology, let's say Bioeconomy, let's say Filecoin, let's say anything, we will actually give you bounties like $50 bounties, $100 bounties to complete that. That's it. This is all for you to just learn. Simply learn. Like come learn, take money, no money. Like don't put in any of your investment into this. In fact, earn money out of this and grow in your career in Web3. This is the ideology that we have. This is why we want you to come and work in Web3. Create your profile on social3, check out the opportunities that we have. If you even want to ask any about any particular opportunity, feel free to ask. Like, we have over 50 plus jobs already listed on the platform. In case you have, you already have some experience of working in Web3, you want to know how to move one level up, we do a lot of product spaces. We have a lot of content on what are the exact things that protocols look for while hiring. So this is more or less the complete sense of how you can get started. And really want to encourage all the builders here, like go ahead and sign up for all of these free programs, sign up for like social, sign up for like not just our marketing or something, but genuinely indulge yourself in this space because there's so many opportunities out here for students like us. And I will keep pushing a lot more things, like like a lot of you just feel free to talk to me as well. I'll keep pushing you forward in your journey wherever I can. Happy to like make intros to whatever protocol, whatever thing you want to learn or build. I can try and find support for you to do that. So always just come with that mindset that I am all in and don't worry about anything else. Like we will try and support you in any manner we can. The duration of the bootcamp will be 6 weeks. Social 3 is a Web3 native hiring platform. We are like LinkedIn for Web3. Simply said that. So, moving on to the next slide. Yes, so yeah, I mean hackathons again is a very good way to participate in Web3, and lot of bounties are also powered through hackathons. So you can actually just like create a team and start working on it. But first, I think if a lot of you are beginners, first start learning from the different resources I've mentioned on that slide, and also the like YouTube link that Chirag has shared. But after that, definitely start working on hackathons as well. Can you do the next slide? Yeah, I'll just skip over this, but just want you to take a look at the average salaries here, and this is all like right information. This is not higher or something than what the benchmark is. This is actually we actually got one developer hired like last week or the week before for 4 lakhs per annum. So this is more or less the range you will find here. Sorry, I'm saying 4 lakhs per annum. I mean 4 lakhs per month is what I mean. 4 lakhs INR per month as the salary. So this is something that is like actually like there. But obviously you would need experience if you are coming with this, like not just like complete some courses or come, but actually build good applications on top of it. Can you do the next slide, please? Just like scroll over all of these slides, Chirag, I think. DevRel and front end and data analyst and gaming developer roles. So all of the information is here. I will share the slides with you, so don't worry about it. But yeah, one interesting thing I do want to share with you is to look out for the DevRel roles. I think that is one industry that is going to like pop like crazy in the next couple of months as well, because all of these protocols are in need of like DevRel people who are good at technical and community stuff. So if that is something that fits your profile, consider this like very seriously as a career option as well. Can you use the next slide, please? Yes, so where to look for all these opportunities? That is where we come to the picture. Here, decentralized LinkedIn. Over 50 plus jobs already listed. Come to our Discord, say hi, ask anything that you want to. We would be happy to help you. I personally work with a lot of different communities as well. So like Build Space, Developer DAO, Phoenix Guild. If you need any help on building, let me know. Like down to help. I might be a bit slow to respond, but all of my communication comes through Chirag. He's like the most active person on our Discord. So just hit them up with any request or any question or anything that you have, and it will probably come back to me, and I'll let you know on that. So don't worry about it. We got it sorted. These are all the companies that we have already partnered up with. All of the jobs are live on the platform. Can you next slide, please? This is just like showing off our product. So all of this is currently live. It's on app.social3.club. So you can go ahead and create your profile. If you're facing any difficulties while creating the profile, also let me know, because yeah, we are receiving a lot of influx right now. So in terms of traffic, sometimes there might be like crashes and stuff because we are at a very nascent stage. But yeah, go ahead, check out this profile, set up your profile. And also, please add your work experience and all of this when you create a profile. Don't create a blank profile, please, like because it's of no utility. Take some time, just like how LinkedIn you made your profile. Just take some time and create a profile, legit profile properly. That would be of use to us as well. We constantly check the profiles that are being registered on the platform as well and see if they are a possible fit on any of the roles that we offer. And a lot of intern roles are also coming right now on our platform through Arcana Network and Speron and StackOS. So if intern roles are also something you would like to consider, would be happy to make the connect. This is the final slide for the day. It's just talking about how can you join our club. So follow us on Twitter. Yes, one very important thing, guys. Like be on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you are missing out on opportunities. Like literally, like just go home and create like a Twitter account like right now. So because it's the place where all of the information comes, right? So go ahead, create a Twitter account, follow some good accounts like ours. You push a lot of content, like a lot of content on the salaries, on the resumes and everything, how to create your profile in Web3, educational resources, everything is there. Follow us, follow on LinkedIn as well, but yeah, LinkedIn is like not that. LinkedIn kind of sucks in terms of the content. But join our Discord, create your social media profile, share it with us, create it, post about your learnings. Like this webinar that we had today, if you learned anything out of it, tag me on Twitter, tag me on LinkedIn, tag Social3 Club on Twitter and LinkedIn, and tell people that you know what, this was a good session. I learned something out of it. Share about it, so that you know like other colleges can also then like you know be like okay, let's invite them over and talk about it. And it will be a very positive signal for you as well as your first Twitter post getting into Web3. People will be able to recognize that okay, these people are getting into Web3 and how can we support them. So yeah, this is more or less the kind of thing that we have. And the last thing, very last thing, this NFT that you see right here, this is an NFT that if you just fill this form, I will airdrop it to you. You need to create a MetaMask wallet. You can ask for these instructions on our Discord, how do you create wallet or something if you have any questions. But more or less, I think you should be able to do it. And if you do it, you complete it, you share the wallet address through this form with us. We will airdrop this social the earlier after NFT to you folks to celebrate this like you know a union between you folks and us for being this early supporter for us. So yeah, this is more or less everything that I wanted to discuss. Happy to take any more questions if you have. Okay, conclusively, I would say first, learn Web2 technologies, like learn normal how to create normal applications. Forget Web3. You should have a good understanding as a software developer first to get into it. One. Second, the resources that I shared. Complete everything that is there. Complete all of those projects, right? And in the meantime, start creating a support group of people. You should not be the only person in your college working on it because eventually you will leave it. Create a group of people who are interested, who want to work on it. Create that team. Start participating in hackathons. Start finding bounty programs. Like I'll personally be floating a lot of this to our channel only. So if you just follow us and like you know keep an eye out for opportunities, so opportunities will come to you. Like learn about technology, create content about it, create tutorials on it, build on top of it, everything. Like if you do it, take some money home. Simple as that. So yeah, learn about it, start creating small side projects either through hackathons or like you know just like normally the support group format that I spoke about, or if you want to do it for some bounty, you can do that as well. Once you're done with that, start working in intern roles or start working in all of these smaller startups that would be okay with onboarding you. Don't go for the bigger ones because you might not have that much experience for them to onboard you. Okay? Start with smaller startups. I would be happy to make intros whenever I can. Yes, I would be happy to make intros wherever I can. And after that, once you have like 6 months or 8 months of experience, then start applying for jobs. Properly start applying for jobs. At that time, you can get your resumes reviewed by us. You can ask us any questions. I would be happy to help in that manner. So this is more or less conclusively how you can get, how you can become a part of this field. Is Metaverse and Web3 the same or are they different? Again, this is the same concept of Web3 and blockchain. Metaverse is more or less a virtual world. This can be normal. You can think of it as in gaming also, how you have like GT and all of these games. These are open world games that you just like, you know, go around, you have some money on like there, you can buy things based off of it and stuff like that. But now just imagine that being real, right? So that virtual world is now real and that is being powered by blockchain technology again. So all of these fashion companies like Gucci, Prada, and all of that, they are entering into metaverse because what they want is like in the metaverse, people should have Gucci bags and they should walk around with that, and that again is powered by NFTs, right? It all circles back because NFTs have the unique ownership. So people would buy those NFTs of Gucci and Prada of that handbag, and they would show that off in the metaverse, walking around with it, right? So that is the concept, and because of all of this blockchain technology, it allows you to tap into certain monetization schemes that you cannot. So imagine if you have a metaverse and every time you have to do like a credit card payment or something, and you cannot on top of it create like every time you have to do it to different providers. Now imagine so many fundamental things can get very exposed if it's done through blockchain technology. So you can have one asset that can be sold to someone in a permissionless way. You don't need a bank's permission or they don't take some cut like 3% credit card charge or something or anything. It just happens automatically between the two individuals who are involved. That's it. In a decentralized manner. You can sell that, you can buy it, you can lend it to someone, you can stake it to earn some tokens. I don't know, you can lend it and then you can actually borrow some different asset based off of it. So there are so many possibilities that get unlocked when the metaverse is powered by blockchain technology. This is more or less the thing. So I hope I'm able to answer the question more or less. So metaverse is a virtual world which is powered by blockchain technology. This is how I would put it. Any more questions? Any other questions? Feel free to ask. And if the answers are already there, then like big players in Web3. Okay, I'm not sure about big players in Web3 means, but I think it's the infrastructure level, right? You should keep an eye on all of these chains that are there, like Polygon and like Ethereum, Solana. These are the like infrastructure layer. Like these are the chains, the blockchains that people are building on top of. So this is obviously like the big players in some sense, and then there are certain applications that have grown to over millions of users right now in Web3, which is a big thing. So we have all these decentralized finance applications, DeFi. So there's Uniswap that you should take a look at. There's gaming applications that are like becoming very, very, very huge. So there's Axie Infinity. That's a very famous game that onboarded millions of people onto Web3, and people, it's a play-to-earn game. So there are all of these people in countries like ours and like all of these Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia, Philippines, and everything. So it's a play-to-earn game. So these people started making more money than they would in their normal jobs. So they quit their normal jobs and they just used to play this game to make money. So this is like these are the kind of things that are happening. Like play and earn money on top of it. So I think that is more or less the thing. Like on every at the protocol level, there are some big players. At the DApp level, there are some big players. So not sure what like the big players in Web3 would be, and also a lot of these Web2 companies entering into Web3. With Instagram being like having NFT supports right now for like Polygon and Solana. So on Instagram, they want to create a monopoly out of this as well, like buying and selling of NFTs on Instagram. So all of these huge players are entering as well. Google Cloud is now setting up a blockchain cloud department as well. So that is also another main thing for it. Like they're setting that up right now in the APAC region. So these are all very, I think, positive developments for Web3. So yeah, I guess that is more or less it. Any other questions? Any
Hello.
no, Mahesh, I would say no. No prior experience is required in Web2 to get into Web3. Like there are people who have graduated as freshers and gotten into it. I started working in it when I was in like university. I know people who are like 13, 14 years of age and they are working in Web3. So I would say there is something like that, but you should have proper proof of work. So people in this industry won't ask you for your age or your educational qualification for that matter. They don't care. The main thing is what's your proof of work? Can you actually deliver what you're promising to do? That's it. That's the whole thing, pretty much.
Hello, ma'am. I am Subham and I am a final year student currently, and I am basically a full stack developer with some hands on the blockchain. And
Okay.
my question is like, is there any sort of I would say risk in choosing blockchain as very first career and as a very first job, since I am a final year student? And why this question is came up in my mind is because in the last internship which I have interned in some blockchain based company got closed due to recent situation of the market and the recession, all that stuff. So for the current scenario, should I choose and go for as a blockchain developer as my very first job and very first career?
That's an excellent question, Shubham. I think very good question. Like people have this exact like there's a lot of questions around stability and security of working in Web3, and I think it is justified in some sense because there are a lot of companies that are funded by venture capital, and because of weird market situations, things happen here and things get closed down. But that being said, I think the best way for you as a full stack developer to enter into it is through one second. Yes. So as I was talking about, so the best way for you folks to enter would be to not actually get into smart contract development as your focus skill set. You should actually enter into it as a full stack developer. Like join a blockchain company, but work as a full stack developer with the addition of libraries that you would require to learn it. So let's say you want to work as a front-end developer, more or less your work in creating the front-end is the same. Only thing you would need to learn is that on top of it are two or three libraries. That's it for working in Web3. So to be called a Web3 front-end developer. And I think that would be the best part for you. So even if things go wrong in some sense, which I hope doesn't happen for you can always switch back and in fact get better or higher compensation levels. Reasoning being that your first salary would be high. So in the next place you will go to, it might just be another remote company with the same culture, but not in Web3. Right, so you can actually work at a higher. So if you follow all of these people like Kunal and all, right, who are YouTubers and you work in all of these remote companies that pay a lot,
Hmm.
right? So it will be the same path for you as well. Because your initial salary or the base compensation that you receive at a wealthy company would be significantly higher than what you would get at the MNC. So this is like one way I would say about it. But obviously, plus your risk appetite. If this is something that you are not completely okay with, then maybe not go for it. But in terms of learning, Shubham, I genuinely feel you will learn a lot if you work in Web3. So this is my at least my ideology. But that being said, I am a startup founder and I have a lot of appetite for this. So I can't see about your like situation. So yeah.
Yes. When second question is, since I am a final year student, I am currently looking for the companies and of course job roles for this. And I personally love blockchain. In fact, I have some project which got finalist in the hackathons, and I have journey with the blockchain. But thing is, now I am seeing some sort of stable and full time job opportunity, and it is of course my first job, so I can't just uh, jump into any company. So, what criteria should any company should have, and what qualities I have found for any company to get for that roles, and how could I find the stable companies for my job roles? What these qualities include in?
Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
So, how could I decide I should get a job in this company or not? What should be the criteria for any company I should work in? This is the
Very good
first
question.
question all
Very.
around.
It's a very good question. I would say first look at whatever funding we have received. Then can you please mute her? Yeah. So as I was saying, again a very excellent question. Um, Look at the funding that they have received. Look at who are the people who are backing them. Look at the Twitter following. Look at the roadmap that they have for the protocol. In the next 6 to 1 year, what are the plans? Look at the people who are already part of the team. What experience do they have? Look at all of these things and then make that decision. Is what I would say. If they are backed by good people, like a good team, they have for like funds to last them for like some time, then definitely go for it. Is what I would say. Good people, good team being the core value. So that is like yeah, pretty much the criteria that I would look at if I have to like yeah get hired somewhere. But Shubham, I would highly
And
encourage you to
is
speak to
currently
Chirag after post this call with exactly what you're looking for. I think we have a lot of front-end developer opportunities listed right now. So I can happily connect you as well if you have good experience right now.
all right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And my last question is social threes currently working for is searching for the company and have all these qualities like you have listed right now. So companies listed on the social three is like has a good bar in that, or is there
Well,
any like any
it's a
marks or
it's a
something
very
like
good
that?
bar. Like the companies that are onboarded with us, it's a very good bar. You can if you are working with Web3, you will know that these are companies that are huge. So you can actually check out a couple of them. I'll just type it in the chat as well.
All right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, any more questions or anything? I think I should drop off because I have more calls as well. But it was really, really well. Nice speaking with all of you folks. Do share about your learnings because it will really help us as people who are starting out, trying to add value or impact and onboarding more people into Web3. So if this session you learned something out of it, I would be really, really grateful if you can write a small tweet or an appreciation post on LinkedIn about it so that more people get to know about us. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.